In the year of 2012, only 57% of Americans turned out to vote in the presidential election. Some believed it was not worth their time, while others claim that their vote would not have made a difference anyway. Voting is a constitutional right, however, and I, for one, will be casting my ballot on election day. And I believe that voting can make a difference, but only when enough people are dedicated to making a change in our society. My name is Andrew Hinton, and I am speaking on something that I personally dislike, but it is a topic that is commonly discussed, especially during this time every 4 years. It is a topic that many shy away from or even ignore, but today I'd like to discuss our voting system, how it operates, and our current nominees for this election year. Now to quickly summarize the process of the presidential election. After an individual claims their eligibility for the presidency, then comes primary elections and caucuses. Primary elections are elections in which case registered voters select a candidate that they believe should be a political party's candidate, and caucuses, quite similarly, is a meeting of members of a political party for the purpose of choosing candidates for an election. Both are methods of selecting nominees. To further complicate the process within our voting system for the presidency, we have delegates. A delegate is a person who is chosen to vote or to act on the behalf of others. Delegates and superdelegates have their votes on standby, with delegates committing their votes to the nominee of their chosen party, while superdelegates choose which candidate to support with their votes, regardless of the party. Once the candidate for each party is selected, it proceeds to election day, where we, the citizens, can cast our votes. Once our votes are submitted and forwarded to the Electoral College, then they are the ones who will be making the final decision for who will become president. If there is a large enough majority of votes for one specific candidate, then the Electoral College will not do anything and allow that motion to pass after counting the votes. However, in the case of there being a close matchup between two candidates, such as it was in the case of George W. Bush, then the Electoral College will be the one to determine who becomes president. In the case of George W. Bush, he did not have majority vote, but the Electoral College still selected him as president. With our current frontrunners of Hillary and Donald Trump, however, this election is starting to look very bleak. However, contrary to popular belief, other candidates, including Bernie Sanders, Jill Stein of the Green Party, and Gary Johnson of the Libertarian Party, are still in the game. It's actually surprising how few people seem to notice or give them credit for getting this far within the presidential election. And it's my belief that voting for any of these alternate parties may be the only way of getting anywhere in this election. So I now hope that you are able to leave this speech with an increased understanding of our voting system and the importance of voting. As President John Quincy Adams once claimed, always vote for principle. Though you may vote alone, and you may cherish the sweetest reflection, that your vote is never lost.